this is one of the last tattoo artists in the Konyak tribe. And her name is Munam Angya. She was 85 years from Shenghat Chingyu village. And during those days of tattooing, she tattooed around 120 individuals. And she was in high demand at the time. So tattoo artists, Konyak tattoo artists were mostly women. Women known as Angyas, who are the queens from their nobility. So the mother passed the art to the daughter. So it was going on for generations. And when these women intermarried, then they took the design patterns with them to the next village. So, and they were highly respected in the society, tattoo artists. Even nowadays also, when a person gets tattooed, then they always respect the tattoo artist. So likewise, tattoo artists would be given the thigh of an animal or the half portion of the animal on the day of the tattooing, because the tattooee's parents hold big feasts on that day. When the child is getting the tattoo, the parents throw a big feast, and there are like different kinds of animals slaughtered, and then rice beer, and also sticky rice. So all different portions were given to that tattoo artist, and the tattooee's parents would go, the tattooee and his friends or her friends would go to pick up the tattoo artist's stuff from the house and bring it, and then they would tattoo. So she's also my tattoo artist. Her last tattoo was in 1958, and then I persuaded her over the years to finally get tattoo on my arm as a one last mark of Konyak tattoo in traditional way. She was saying that no, the church will not agree and things like that. I said, so what? We cannot please everybody in the world. So I said, let's. The thing is that if I write a book on Konyak tattooing without feeling the pain or the experience, just like my forefathers did, there will be no meaning. So I persuaded her, and then when we were driving to her village, her son called me and said, "Hey, can you get a chasma for my mother? She cannot see well." So so we stopped at the optician, and then the optician, I said, what power, and where is the patient? He said, no, she's there in the village. Her son called to get the glasses. I said, no way I'm giving you glass. You have to bring her. So I said, no, we cannot bring her to the town. So we went there, and then I gave gifts. Gifts to the tattoo artist and for her friends for the next day. So we prepared that night all the ink and other stuff. So this is my arm that she's tattooing in the traditional Konyak style. So coming back, I will speak about the process. These are Angyas or queens who were traditional tattoo artist. She has passed away already last year. So the Konyak tattooing, the material is from the red cedar or tuna kalita. So the tree is, the bark of the tree is cut into strips, and then the sap collected over a period of a week or 4 or 5 days, and then the sap becomes a hard resin. And then the resin is, it's because it's got flammable properties. It is burnt overnight, and then a clay pot is kept on top of the flame. And then in the morning there's a fine powder that is collected on the pot. So that powder is scrapped, and then rice beer is poured, alcohol is poured over the powder. That forms the ink. And then the needle is from the sharp thorn of the rattan palm. So the sharp thorns are, so there is a rattan palm, that's how the needle looks. And then that is binded by the tattoo artist very finely with plant fibers over months. It takes over months to bind it. And this is binded on bamboo. So we did my tattoo in the same traditional way with this. It's much more painful than the modern machine tattoo. 90 times I would say. Yeah.
How many hours did it take?
It took 4 hours just to do this.
Were you screaming?
No. No, not rice beer. I was like, okay, I made a decision, I must stick to it. But at the end, it was just unbearable. So Konyak tattooing is done by two methods: hand tapping and hand hammering. So this is the tool, first tool, with where the needle is inserted, and then she taps with the second tool like that. That's hand tapping tattoo, and then there's a second one called hand hammering, where just one tool is used, and the needles are. This is how usually the legs and the other parts of the body is tattooed, with needles arranged in rows. Depending on the size of the tattoo, they will bind the needles. But for the face tattoo, they would bind 3 needles, because the face is a very fragile area. So one has to be careful not to hurt the eyes. And then when the tattooing is happening, the tattoo artist has got assistants to hold the tattoo. So to keep the skin very taut.
Subscribe to Sarmaya and be a part of the stories and conversations around art, history, and culture.